Welcome back to We Have More, where together we discover that we're made of more, by more, and for more. And on behalf of Veronica and I really want to say thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing. We're always so excited to see how you respond to our posts, to our videos, to our polls, so we do appreciate that. And just a little reminder, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you click on the notification bell. That way you get a notification every time we post a new video. And this month we have been talking about fall. I'm not talking about the season. Fall, which stands for forgiveness, acceptance, learning, and lessons. And last week's video focused on forgiveness. And I just have to say, wow. I really was wowed by my sister, by her words, by everything she shared. And I do know that if it was a blessing to my life, it's going to be a blessing to yours. So I encourage you to watch it if you haven't done it yet. I'm going to include her link down in the description below. That way I make sure you don't miss it. And if you feel like it was a blessing to you, share it with somebody you love. So today we're talking about the aftermath of forgiveness, which is acceptance. And I found a quote that reads, "Acceptance is the hardest lesson life teaches and the one most important to learn." So I thought I would start with listing a few things I've had to accept in my life. I've had to accept that I'm an introvert who practices in her head over and over again before she utters a word. I've had to accept that my life may not look like everybody else's, romantically, spiritually, or even professionally. I've had to accept that I don't have everything figured out. Sorry guys, I don't. If I did, I would be sharing the formula with everybody else. I've had to accept that I don't know what to say when somebody asks, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or in 1 year for that matter. I've had to accept that I constantly fight with self-doubt. I've had to accept that my thoughts sometimes overwhelm me. Yes. I've had to accept that many people take my shyness and quiet demeanor and think it's a weakness. I've had to accept that I can't change the way people act. Like all those times I've been overlooked or underestimated by pastors and leaders, learning that many times when they said, "You can count on me," they never really meant it. And one of the biggest ones, I've had many, but one of the biggest ones is accepting that I was not able to see my father as much as I wanted to see him. Accepting that leaving did not stop him from raising somebody else's children. And don't get me wrong, I love my father. I loved him then, I love him now. We have a beautiful relationship. But that didn't stop from me feeling like I was abandoned. In my 27 years of life, I've had to accept the good, the bad, along with the heartbroken. And I understood what Kelly Clarkson meant when she sang, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." So yes, I think it's not until you pass through the desert, until you pass through those hard things, that you can finally understand the song, the words on the Bible, the words from a book. It's not until when you go through all of that that you can understand sometimes somebody else's story, somebody else's testimony. So even though it's hard, it's very liberating right now standing here in front of this camera and being able to share with you some of those things that I've had to accept in my life, and just saying them out loud, it feels like a weight has been lifted. So I found another quote that says, "Acceptance is not submission. It's acknowledgement of the facts of the situation, then deciding what you're going to do about it." So let's think about our friend, the prodigal son, whose story we have been talking about for several weeks. So let's think about the things he had to accept. So one of them was accepting that things did not go his way. Boy, did they not. Accept that he made a huge mistake. Accept that it was all his fault. Accept that he would have to come back crawling to his father. accept that he was loved also. But one of the most important ones was he had to accept that he was forgiven by his father. From the time he left, to the time he demanded his inheritance, to even the time he took his father and all he had for granted. Yes, all that he did, like we've been learning in past weeks, and even all throughout that, still, his father forgave him. Still, he had to accept that forgiveness. And after all he went through, after all those things he had to accept, what did he do after that? If you take up my life, after all I've gone through, some of the things I've named, some of the things I haven't named yet, what did I do next? The only thing I could do. Keep moving. Keep going. Keep moving forward towards my dreams. Keep moving towards the plan God has for my life. Because acceptance is the door to a brand new point of view. Because when you accept all that you've gone through, like I said, the good, the bad, when you accept all that, obviously before accepting, you need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive the people who hurt you. Once you forgive them and you accept all that, it's important to use that as a fuel to keep going forward in what you have planned for your life. Even if you don't have plans, like I said, like even if you can't imagine what you're going to be doing in 5 years or in 1 year, it's still important to keep on moving forward, in faith, to keep accepting what life sometimes brings. That, let's be honest, 99.9% of the time, you don't want to accept most of those things, or you wouldn't have picked them out for yourself. But those are the things that we have to live through to make us stronger, to make us wiser, to be able to speak to others about what you've gone through. So like I said, I kept moving. I kept moving because acceptance opens that door to that new chapter, to that new point of view. And I just want to hear from you. What have you to accept in your life? What are those things that life threw at you, for saying it that way, that you had to accept? Maybe it was something good. Maybe it was something bad. Maybe it started off bad and then you learned that it was really a blessing in disguise. Just share with us those things. They can be hard. You can send us a private message. But just, we want to interact with you through our hardships, through our joyful times, through being vulnerable. Because I had to accept throughout this video, because I was having a hard time looking for words to say. I was having a hard time knowing what to bring to the table, and I truly had to accept that I needed to be vulnerable with some of the things that many people may not know. I've had to put things out there that, like my sister was telling me, it's not until you speak about it, it's not until you maybe accept it, that you really learn if you truly have forgiven, if you truly have healed. So yes, this video was, like I said, liberating. It was, even though it was short, it was liberating. It was some healing time. It was a platform for me to be vulnerable. So I just want to encourage you to let us know, what have you had to accept? What life has thrown at you? From that, what has made you stronger? So I just want to let you know, remember to fall. Forgive, accept, learn your lessons. So don't miss out our upcoming videos where we're going to be talking about the L's, learning and lessons. So make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. We also have the wofmore@gmail.com email. Make sure to send us a message. If you want to share, we're more than happy to feature your video, to feature your story. So we really do want to encourage you guys that this is not, We of More is not Veronica and I. We of More is all of us together. So we really would like to maybe interview you. Maybe you can send us a short video. We don't have to meet face to face because maybe the distance, but just we would love to share your story, because I am really sure that it's going to be a blessing for somebody out there. It's going to be a blessing for us and for everybody who see these videos. So also, we will gonna keep you posted, because we do have our We Have More Bible study coming up. So if you want to join us, we would love to connect. We would love to meet face to face. We would be more than happy to send you the address. We're more than happy to send you the details. So we'll keep you posted on Facebook, but send us a private message if you want any further details. And like I said, it's a time for us to accept that we need, in my case, that I need to be vulnerable. Just share with us. Share with us those things that maybe you haven't told everybody. Share with us those things that have made you grow. Those things that have deepened your wisdom in life. So, like always, we love you. We appreciate your support. We would love to see you guys soon. Make sure to catch our next videos or posts on Facebook. Send us a message if you like. And we just want to say that we're truly blessed that you are part of our family. Bye.